and welcome to Add More Zest. My name's Rebecca, also known as 4Kids at 147, and I'm on the spares section of my logbook. So anybody that's joined me for the last couple of these that I've done, I have, in the last couple of videos, I have gone through my stash. I have whittled it down, but I have also sectioned up how I note down that my details of my stash out of my logbook. So I have all of those detailed down now. The next section that comes in the logbook is my wish list. That is not one that I personally at the moment am using in any way. I try not to go looking for diamond paintings until I'm ready to buy. So I'm not using that section at the moment. So I have taken that out, but I have put it in a safe place, because if things change, or even sometimes if I'm thinking of project ideas ahead for YouTube of things that I want to do, then I'll need to bring that wish list back. I've just removed it for now because I know that I am going to be putting a load of logbook pages in when it comes to that section. But the first section I'm on now is my spares. This is going to be entertaining for me. I know it is. It's going to take a while. I have a lot of spares. So I've decided to get out the first box and we'll see how long it takes. But the first one, 150, when I lift them up, I have both squares and rounds. So I'm going to tick for both. B5200 is the first number, but I've since moved that to my last box. So I'll just go back when it gets to this point. 151, I only have squares. I don't currently have rounds. So when I go into my box, I have an empty bag when it comes to rounds. So for that one, I am just going to leave it blank. Now, some people have done, which is absolutely amazing, and I don't think I have the time to do it fully, but some people have actually stuck a couple of diamonds on these. So it's sort of a colour code chart as well. And you can just run some double-sided tape, some thin double-sided tape, and stick a couple of diamonds on each one to show which ones you have. 152, I have both. But I don't think I have the time to do that. I have done before, I have done a sort of a bigger A4 sheet where you could mark down what diamonds you do and don't have, and stick them down, and I did do that, but I'm not doing it for the purposes of this book. I think it will bulk out the book as well. Okay, 156, I actually have both as well. It would have been ideal if I'd have done this when I was sorting out my spares, you know, and prettying up my storage and all that sort of stuff. It would have been really nice if I'd have done it at that time, but I didn't. Okay, 158, I only have round. Now, some of these you will probably think, if you've watched my channel for a while, you will be like, but 158 could be in your Heaven and Earth designs. And that's right, I do have spare diamonds in my Heaven and Earth designs as well. I am still half and half about whether I'm going to add those ones in here, or whether I'm only going to add them when I don't need them for my Heaven and Earth designs anymore. I'm a little bit in between the two. So I would love to hear your thoughts down below on whether I should. Oh, I don't have either of 162. Makes me wonder on some of these that I don't have either, whether it is actually a DMC number that some diamond painting companies do or don't use. Maybe once I've got this record of everything, maybe that's something I could try and find out. I'm not sure. Okay, 165 I don't have. This is where I wish I had more room in the box as well. 166 I have in round. 167, these are all going to need straightening up when I'm done. 167 I don't have. 168 I have both. I kind of like it when I get to a point I have both. I know where I'm up to. And then 169 I just have in round. Okay, so that is the 100s done. Let me see if I can get these to sit. In fact, let me take out these foam pieces. Let's take out the foam pieces while I'm messing and pulling all the bags out of the box, and then I'll put them back in when I'm done. It just gives me a little bit more room to pick them up and put them down. So 208 I have both. 209 I have both. Albeit the colours are different, but they're still both labelled 209. So that works for me. That's what I'm going on. 210 I have both. See all these spare diamonds I have absolutely gazillions of. 211 I have both. And then 221, I have both, but look at my little squares. I'm still going to mark down that I have both, but I only have 4. So if I ever run out of 221, it would be very nice if I didn't need any more than 4. It'd be very helpful. 223, I have both. 224, both. 225, both. Okay, this isn't as bad time-wise as it could have been. Just making sure that my box stands as upright as it can. 300, I'm just showing the squares, and I know actually that 300 is one I am using in my Heaven and Earth designs, so it must be one that I have enough of. 301 I only have in round. 304 I only have in round. 307 in both. 309 in both. This would be an easier task with a friend. 310. I don't even know why I bothered looking. I know I have loads of 310. 311 just in round. I keep checking I'm ticking the right column when I don't have both. 312 both. And 315 both. So that's the first row done. So let me get these all neatened up. Oh, there we go. So they sit nicely again, and then nudge them all up so that I can get my little foam divider back in. But at least they've had a fighting chance to sit nicely. Let's take out just the front one and see if that's enough. 316 I just have square. 317 I just showing as having round. That's another one that I do know is in my Heaven and Earth designs. 318 I have both. 319 just in square. 320 just in square. I do a lot of square diamond paintings. 321 I have in both. 322 in both. So yeah, let me know if you guys have any 162, 164, 165 and 167. I'm not after any. I don't want any. I'm just kind of wanting to check whether they are diamond painting colours, because of course I've pulled all the DMC colours, and sometimes they're used in diamond painting, sometimes they're not. 333, and there's also 326 and 327 as well. Just makes me wonder. 334 is a yes. 335 only in square. Making sure I'm getting the right column. Nothing worse than getting the wrong column. 336. Yes. Quick change of the battery. So 336 we were at. 340 both. This is proper messing the box up. Let's take out the 400 divider. Maybe that'll give it a little bit more room. Say these are jam packed. 341 just in square. 347, nope. 349 in both. This is where I hope I don't muck up, especially when I'm getting near the end of the page, or nearer. 350 just in round. 351 just in round. 352, nope. 353 just in round. So let me know, is anybody else going through updating their logbook with me? I know it's taking a bit of time. I know each video is only sort of going up every other week, but it's a bit like they're making my spare storage pretty. It's a project that I am enjoying doing. It's a project that needs doing, but it's also a project that I don't want to necessarily spend a whole day on and, you know, spend the whole day updating my logbook and then wonder why I have got nothing else done. So by doing it bit by bit, hopefully with some of you guys, though I know some of you are more than happy to just diamond paint and potentially just listen while, you know, you're doing some other project. It would be interesting to know if anybody else is doing their logbook alongside me, or is there anybody that's already done their logbook? It's already done and dusted, everything's filled in and marked down. I'm sure there'll be some new diamond painters that have already got all their details marked down and sorted out. Is there anybody that has far too many spares and far too many diamond paintings that has also done it? 433 round. And I'm making a complete hash of my spares box, as you can see, but I'm going to tidy it up by row. I think if I try and tidy it up as I go along, I'm going to drive myself up the wall. 435, I have both. 436, just in round. And say this is what I have in my spares box, and I think I might keep it at this. 437 in square. I think I might keep it as just what I have in my spares box, because my Heaven and Earth designs, I might use them all, so I can't use that as a reference really to spares I might have. Though I might look at this rather than go looking in my box if I needed spares for a painting I was currently working on. And I would actually take them out of my Heaven and Earth designs to finish a painting that I'm doing now, rather than my Heaven and Earth designs that is ongoing and I have chance to collect more spares in between. Let me know your thoughts. I've got a few boxes to get through before I can decide for definite whether to add my Heaven and Earth designs in there. 469 square. I suppose I could put a little H in the column for any that are heaven and earth designs. But then when I've finished with them and they go into my normal spares, I probably feel like I'd have to get another set of spares printed out so that I could neaten them all up. 472 in round. And then 498 I have both. Okay. This is where I need to, I'm shuffling, trying to get my bags to go further back down, fit into the little slots. I'm just giving them a little wiggle. It works better sometimes with those that have got diamonds in it than those that haven't. Or maybe it's the ones with diamonds that are struggling, I'm not sure. Oh, it is the ones with diamonds that are struggling. Maybe it's because they've just got no room to go because they're not flat. Okay, so I'm struggling with 434. Let's try that again. There we go. So let's put my 400s divider back in because I know it will fit. It's just a little bit of a tighter squeeze. And then the one at the front, just to enable me to still see the first card. And then we go on to the 500s. Let's take that one out while we're checking to give us room. So 500, I have both. And I'm getting close to my arm leaning on the rings now. So I am going to take the piece of paper out because then I don't end up with some very weird squiggles. Okay, 501, I only have a round. 502, I only have square. And it's helpful that these bags are see-through so I can lift them both up and I can just look at whether I have square diamonds or round diamonds. 503, I have both. 504, I just have a round. Doesn't help that I put them in my box as rounds and then squares. But on the stash sheet, we've done squares then rounds. You can tell that's because Megan's done it. So, and it's not something that I even thought about. To be honest, as long as there's a column for each, I know there are other people that do it the other way round, so I'm sure they benefit from it being in the same order as their bags are. 519 I only have in round. 520 I only have in square. Neither of those. 523 in square. Now I do need to remember whenever I'm de-kitting from this point on, if I do go to put any diamonds away that are going in a bag with nothing in it, then I need to come and tick my diamond painting logbook. I am planning on having the logbook, probably leaving it out in the corner on my desk so it won't necessarily get caught on camera, but it will always be there because there are so many different things I'm going to be using this logbook for now. There are so many different things I'm going to be using the logbook for. I wouldn't want to forget to put things in and have to do this whole process again. No. I want to get to the point where it's set up, sorted and ready to go. 562 in round. No, 563. 564 I have in both. I don't have many, but I do have them in both. 580 just in squares. 581 just in squares. 597, oh, just in rounds. and then 598 just in rounds. Okay, so that's the 500s done and dusted. 600s, so 600 I have both. 601 just in square. 602 in both. Just hold on to the sheet while I'm ticking it, stop it going everywhere. 603 just in round. 604 just in round. 605 just in round. 606 in both. Maybe I need to do some little tallying up. It'll be quite easy to tally up once I'm done with this marking it off, whether I have a more variety of colours in squares than rounds. 611 in square. 612 in both. 613 in squares. 632 in both. 640 in both. 642 in both. It definitely goes through blocks where I tend to have for both. Maybe it's just which ones the diamond painting companies prefer to use. 645, I do have both. Not many squares, but I do have both. 646, now I know that's one in my Heaven and Earth designs, but in here I only have round. 647, very full backs of both. 648, both. Oh, 666, the red, I have both. 676, just in round. 677, just in round. 680, just in square. And 699, oh, in here I only have them in rounds. Okay, let's see if I can get those to shuffle down a little bit nicer and then fight with the last bags that don't want to. I really do need to go into a fourth box, but I really don't want to. Okay. So they're done. Okay, how long have we been? We've been about 20 minutes. That's not too bad. How many pages is there? So there is 3 pages. Let's see how far we get in my second box, because I don't necessarily want this section of my logbook compiling to be really long, but I also don't necessarily want you guys to have any part of the process taken away or not done, because I've said I'm going to do this process with you. Wait till it gets to the point where I need my computer to try and figure out where I got diamond paintings from and when. I'm probably going to end up having a few gaps when it comes to the logbook side of things on, you know, when items maybe were delivered and things like that. But I'm going to at least try and find out everything I can about the paintings that I have. 604, square and round. So there will be some that I was given tracking numbers for, so I'll be able to find that out. 712, both. 718, both. 720, think because I've actually been through my big Heaven and Earth designs and actually limited the amount of numbers that I need to save diamonds for, because many of them I have actually got enough already in my pots because I don't need too many. So there's only a limited amount of numbers that I need to still keep saving for to be able to finish the project. I think because that's limited, I think I am just going to leave the Heaven and Earth designs out of it. I'm not sure. You still need to comment down below and convince me one way or another, please. Okay, where was I? Got a phone call. Okay, 729, try and shove that one back in. 730, just got that in square. 731, just in square. And 732, just in round. Okay, so that is sheet 1 done. Lots of ticks and all that sort of stuff. Anybody else who doesn't diamond paint would look at that and go, what on earth? How many 900s are there? Oh, that'd take us right over to the second page. Okay, let's do it in 2 lots. So let's go up to the 800s and finish the 800s for today. And then I'll do the 900s and the 3000s, which is roughly the same amount, next time. And then I've not split it into 3, which I could have done, for example, 3 boxes or 3 different pages. Get it into 2 longer videos, and at least that part will then be done. So 739. I like it when it's both, it's so much easier. 740, just rounds. I'm conscious I don't want the video to necessarily be really, really long, especially if people are doing it at the same time as me. We all have different paces of working. So I like the fact that I've got a couple of weeks, like, because I put this video up every other week. It gives that little bit of a gap between each one, which means if somebody is doing it at the same time as me, but maybe needs a bit more time, maybe they've got more stash, or their diamonds, you know, they're in the process of organising them as well. They've got the time to do that before the next video, so that we can all carry on at the same time. So if anybody else has got their logbook but need to do a bit of inventory, you know, a bit of getting everything lined up and ready, and you're feeling a bit overwhelmed like I was, then please join in and do it along with us. Also gives people a chance by doing it every couple of weeks. So for example, I finished the My Stash last time, and I let you guys all know that I wasn't doing a wish list. So it gives you guys chance, if you do want to use wish list, to get them all written down and ready, so that you're ready for when it comes to my stash, sorry, not my stash, my spares, so that you guys could all get yours noted down as well. So I've got a couple there that we're not using. 778. The bags are going all over the place in this section. I think this is a very tightly squoze section. And I reckon there'll be other people that have done all their My Stash already, or my spares, maybe because they don't have quite as many. 782, both of them. 783, both. 791, oh, just squares. 792, both. 793, rounds. Now I could have potentially just done this as spares I'm happy to give away, because if many of you have watched the channel before, you do also know that I limit myself now to one bag of diamonds. So one bag of each, one bag of rounds, one bag of squares, and that is all that I will keep in my spares. And anything that I have over that is to give away to people. So what I may do is I may get another set of my spares, because the sets you can buy, each of the sections you can buy them separately. So you can buy them either punched to fit in this logbook, so in the disc bound system, or you can buy them not punched if you know, maybe have Filofax that you prefer to use, or, you know, some other system that you prefer to use for storing your logbook and stuff. So yeah, what I might do is I might get another one that's called My Stash, and then maybe add to the front page where it says My Stash with a diamond. I might just add on to that, you know, my spares to share or something, and actually take a note down of all the ones that I have to give away, and then I control, you know, the requests on the Got Diamonds UK and have a very, very quick reference as to what numbers I have. I mean, quite often I do just get out the box itself and sit down with it and look at it as I'm going through, but maybe it would be a good way to do it. Okay, those 700s, whoa, I'm pushing in this bit at the top and they're popping out. Okay, I really should consider getting a fourth box. Save that for another day. Okay, 799, last one, I have both. Let's take out the 800 buffer, see if this helps. So 800, both. 801, just rounds. 803, both. 806. Can't get hold of them. Neither. 807, both. Okay, one more column for today. 809. 813, both. 814, just rounds. I feel like I'm getting kind of to the point where I'm getting a little bit bored of noting down numbers as well now, which is a reason as well why I did go through the logbook in order, because the exciting part for me is going to be actually getting the logbook sections ready and getting some photos done. So 818, I just have square. Yeah, that's going to be the exciting part for me, is getting the logbook details down, getting all that sort of stuff noted, and then being able to fill it in afterwards with my, you know, views of a company, for example. 823, I've only got round in here, which means it must be in my Heaven and Earth designs. I'll try and get some of these to sit down a bit before I move on, because those 700s were ridiculous. Okay, 824. I've got both and I can see them without pulling them out, so let's not do that. 825, both. 826. I do have both. Trying to treat it a bit like when I put spares away. 827, I only have square. 828, I only have square. 829, I only have square. There's a little bit of a pattern going on there. Did you notice? 830. Neither. 831, just squares. 832, both. 833, neither. 834, just rounds, which is that side. 838, yeah, I do have both. I thought I'd have both of that one. 839, get to recognise the numbers. I just have a square. 840, just square. 841, just square. I do a lot of squares. 842, both. 844, both. 868, neither. 869, both. 890, both. 891, both. 892, order diamonds. 892, 893, neither. 894, just rounds. Just rounds. These are not wanting to fit back in. Fight with those in a minute. 895, just squares. 898, just rounds, because I think all my others are in my Heaven and Earth designs. And 899, I just have squares. Okay, so that is where I'm going to call it quits for today. Let me take that out and see if I can get these to sit back right. In fact, let's just have a look. 900s, I just have rounds. Let's do those because the divider's in here, because the 900s are so jam-packed. And let's see if I can fit the 800 divider back in. It's not liking it already. This is my worst box for being full to pretty much bursting, but we're done. Okay, so that is my 2 pages of spares so far. On the next one, what we'll do is we'll go through the rest of the spares and maybe even the special and AB. The reason being is they don't all have DMC numbers, special and AB ones. So it'll be quite easy for me to just note down those that are an AB. I think they're the only ones that have numbered. But I do know some rhinestones can come with DMC numbers. So therefore we wanted to include it in the logbook for those that have them. I personally don't. But, you know, it's not the most productive of my time, but I think I will use this quite a lot in relation to spares. It's quite interesting to know what you do and you don't have. Of course, if you start this earlier in your diamond painting career, it is nowhere near as much of a thing as it is when you've collected loads of spares like I have. But yeah, I hope you'll join me next time while I get this section of my logbook finished, and then we should hopefully get into the fun part. But thank you so much for watching, and I'll speak to you all again soon.